to our panel, and I want to first begin with Tehseen Poonawala. Tehseen Poonawala, you speak very passionately for the rights of all minorities in this country. Now, I have pointed out certain hard facts. Would you acknowledge that these hard facts prove that what people like Owaisi or B.K. Hariprasad or Sam Pitroda or Burke or others from the Congress party are saying to create this sort of fear psychosis among Indian Muslims that the consecration in Ayodhya on January 22nd will mark the externment of Muslim rights in this country? That these hard facts belie this. Would you concede this in all fairness?
Good evening, Rahul. I'm seeing you after the New Year. So very happy New Year to you, to your family, to all your viewers. And Anand, many congratulations on standing tough. Congratulations to you and Jai Sai Deepak. Yes, Rahul, I concede to the fact. Look, this is the greatest country in the world, right? And the thing about it, and I've said this in all my podcasts and I say it again, the dispute on the Ram Janmabhoomi and the Babri mosque issue, and I think the BJP is absolutely wrong. They have nothing to do with the Ram temple being constructed. They are only claiming credit. I am anti-BJP. But the dispute was one of land. Within this is the greatest country in the world because like your example of both Spain and Turkey, the Honorable Supreme Court gave Muslims 5 acres to build a mosque. Now, in a property dispute or in a land dispute, if you and I are having a dispute and I were to lose, I don't get compensated elsewhere. So in that sense, to that extent, this is the greatest country in the world. So I disagree with the comments that OAC and the party I support, Congress, including B.K. Hariprasad, who's a dear friend of mine, made. These comments are not needed. Now that the Supreme Court's ruled over it, I think this issue should pass. It should not be raked up.
No, so then I'm asking you, why does the Congress make these remarks? If it is so apparent to a Congress bhakt like you that they are wrong,
total bhakt.
Tell me, what real motive therefore drives the Congress to constantly attack? Now they've changed the goalposts. See, first it was, Ram, the name itself is being weaponized. Then they said that the Ram Mandir was illegal. It was an imposition, when it was actually an exposition. And now they're going after Ram Sevaks, suspecting their motives. What makes the Congress so militantly opposed?
I don't think the Congress or any other political party is militantly opposed. I don't think any religion is militantly opposed. Everyone's looking at this as a celebration. I think some of the leaders should introspect and not speak out of turn. That's one. But more importantly, I think it evokes a reaction from the opposition, and this is where BJP sort of scores a point, or Mr. Modi scores a point, is because the BJP has done nothing for the Ram temple. Just to give you facts, this Ram temple would have come out in 1992 under a Congress government. Narasimha Rao's Prime Minister brought in an ordinance to build a Ram temple, including 2.5 acres, where all Hindus believe Lord Ram was born. The BJP opposed it. Their Vice President in Parliament, Bhandari ji, says the temple will be built by a court, not by Parliament. This is the BJP. The affidavit for which you often castigate the Congress, that Lord Ram is mythical, the Ram Setu affidavit still stands under this government and Supreme Court. Only Subramanian Swami's affidavit is changed. The government still continues on this affidavit. BJP has nothing to do with the Ram temple. The Supreme Court asked the current Honorable Prime Minister to intervene in the land dispute. He refused to intervene. So BJP is taking credit and trying to make it a political, trying to gain political mileage. That's the political part. But I do concede that Congress leaders should not make out-of-turn statements, and I want to make this on your show.
I think, Tehseen Poonawala, you are dancing around the question. No, this is not about making out-of-turn statements. This is, if you look at Sam Pitroda, upwards and downwards, this is a very concerted attempt to discredit the consecration. The BJP is not saying fundamentally that it is responsible for what the Supreme Court has ruled. It is only said that it made this an issue. And you cannot deny that the VHP's campaign lit a spark in all of us. Yes, the BJP wrote it. No one's denying that. But my point is, why does the Congress, and let me then quote the Prime Minister, pathologically go against Sanatan Dharma? Why? You are supporting a government in Tamil Nadu that has said some horrible things against the Sanatanis. Why?
So has the BJP been in alliance with AIDMK? And who said horrible things? And if
actually AIDMK under J. Lalita did not. She, in fact, came out very much in
fact,
support of the Ram Janambhoomi issue and many other issues.
Not just AIDMK, DMK also, after they've made statements against Sanatan Dharma, the BJP has gone, Vajpayee ji has gone to Karunanidhi ji's house and done an alliance.
But you yourself say that Vajpayee is very different from Modi anyhow. Viewers, look.
Yeah, so BJP is a hypocritical party.
I will bring in Mr. Kamru Chaudhary in just a few moments. Let me bring in Mr. Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Congratulations, Dr. Ranganathan. Good to see you. You escaped the tyranny of the unelected. Well, I hope now the tyranny of the elected doesn't sort of make an example of you, even though a lot of people do gun for you constantly. But let's hope it doesn't go to this ridiculous length. So congratulations, and to, of course, Jesai Deepak. But look, I'm asking a more fundamental question tonight. We are seeing what at least appears to be a concerted attempt to delegitimize. And I've written a piece today, which will be up very soon, to delegitimize this entire movement. Why? Why is there this attempt?
Good evening, Rahul, and thank you so much to you and Tehseen for your commendation. It's all because of Sai and Siddharth, who was part of the team, nothing to do with me. I really thank them from the bottom of my heart. I think it's a great victory. But coming back to this, I think Tehseen has made valiant points. I congratulate him for making them. But I think sooner or later we have to accept, and Kamruji is also here and the BJP spokesperson is also here. Sooner or later we have to accept that the psyche of this country over the last 75 years has become anti-Hindu. Let's accept it. I think it's bordering on the verge of whatever the rights of Hindus are, let us give it to them after prolonged fight, and that too not a prolonged legal fight, because remember, the Places of Worship Act bars the Hindus to even approach the courts to reclaim their demolished temples that people can see right before their eyes that they are part demolished. They're right there, and whatever have been sold to the quote-unquote Muslim side, the Eidgah side, have been actually sold by people who are pretending to be the Hindu side, as the case in Mathura is. So there is, chicanery, there is sleight of hand, there is rank Hindu phobia all throughout the 75 years. I dare say it started with the fact that Nehru did not want Babu Rajendra Prasad to actually go to the newly inaugurated consecrated Somnath temple. It just starts from there. We have this lopsided view of secularism where only Hindus are to be denigrated. Because I ask you a pertinent question, and this is, I will come to the Ayodhya temple, Ram temple in a minute. But Rahul, did you know that there are no mosques that are allowed in Vatican City? Did you know that? Now, Ayodhya is the birthplace of, I would say, one of the most sacrosanct figures of Hinduism. And, you have here, and personally, I don't find anything wrong in the Muslims being granted 5 acres of land. But I hope you know the news that they are going to make India's largest mosque there. Now, I ask you, is that not provocation? I personally feel, yes, it is. I mean, the jury might be out. You can say, well, they are within their rights, and surely they are. But then I ask you, till very late, there were no mosques in the vicinity of Bodh Gaya as well. This is needless provocation that has been going on for, 1,000 years. And the point of the fact is, sooner or later, it just boils over. And you've seen right in front of me the screen, somebody is saying Jan 22 is going to be a black day. Can I ask you why? And for people who've been denying the existence of Ram temple, they must, and I've quoted this ad nauseum, the ASI admission by the Supreme Court of the ASI report that there indeed was a place of worship, that was a Hindu place of worship beneath the Babri dome, and the Babri structure is built upon the scaffold and buttressed by the Hindu thing. And when the Hindu temple, when the land was given to the Hindus and the construction of the new Ram temple started, that's going to be inaugurated less than a month's time, they found dozens of broken idols, Hindu idols, the marbles, the plaques, the reliefs, all those signifying the fact that there indeed was underneath that mosque a Hindu place of worship. Now, what is wrong with people accepting that? I just don't understand. And the same people who were saying, let us now why don't we make a school or a hospital at that site? Same people now are crying their hearts out by saying, oh, we would love that the largest Indian mosque comes up on that side. Why don't you make a school and hospital there? That they won't. But when it comes to Hindu rights, then they won't. But I do agree with Tehseen out here on one point, very limited point, that the BJP also is to blame. And you kindly ask the BJP spokesperson, why on earth is the Places of Worship Act still there? Why on earth are the temples still under the control of the government? Why on earth is the draconian Waqf Act still there? So, tali do haath se nahi bajti hai, Rahul. The fact of the matter is that every political party is to blame. But where I would say that the BJP might not be pro-Hindu, at least like Congress, it is not anti-Hindu.